Welcome to the team. Yeah, this is gonna be real. Let's do it. Hello.
So we're DedSec now, just like that. Do we get like training or anything? I'd settle for a pamphlet.
Now that you're all as thick as cyber thieves, Sabine would like to talk to you. First order of business. The Signals Intelligence Response Service, or SIRS,
We have some damage control to do if we want to change the perception of...
I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The system network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks. Not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data. Everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Immigrants, migrants, and illegals. Those are some of the...
If you're feeling out of your depth or like you could use a breather, you can always call on your new teammates to step in. It's your call.
That's the advantage of working together instead of alone.
I'm here.
In theory. The AR reconstruction should allow me to use various sources of surveillance data to rebuild past events. Access a data relay, and I can scrape all the metadata for this area.
This is Control. An alarm has been activated near you. Survey the area.
Hands down!
That's it. Now, let's take this autocratic whip dream for a test drive.
Clear. Moving to a...
degenerate!
You are making me do this!
CTOS AR. Data reconstruction in progress.
It's fascinating, if you ignore the fact.
That's the CTOS up there.
Sierra 4-2, Sierra 4-2, this is Control. An alarm has been activated near you. Survey the area. Over.
Aha! The SIRS has deployed this technology at their...
So how are we supposed to get this AR tech, Bagley?
The program is hosted on a server that...
Right. Any idea where I can find this heavy lifter, Bagley?
Well, let's put our thinking caps on, shall we? Now, who in London would have access to a construction drone? Could it be a...
This is London Calling. You're here with me, Tash, from Buccaneer. Your source for what they don't want you to know. In today's world, we've all had to get used to our every move being tracked by the optic demos, the cameras around us, and with every click we make online. It seems like everything we do leads to a big data beast. Why are data giants like Bloom so eager to hold our private information and our metadata? What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when citizenship and surveillance become one? As you know, we keep all names confidential in Buccaneer. Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategist Charles, who worked all over the world trying to keep democracy strong in the face of the data assault.
If you have enough personal data on somebody, you're able to predict what it is that they're going to do.
Oh, they have a beastly drone friend. I mean, the person looks sufficient too.
I think with someone like you, we could really make a difference. Do you want to be on the right side of history?
Hank Kelly will bleed our new friend dry if we don't do something.
What we forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
If technology brings out the worst in capitalism, capitalism brings out the worst in technology. Senior academic Alpha tells us how big business repurposes blue data.
Historically, mass-consumed, mass-used items and technological objects, gradually people were so attracted to the affordances of these technologies that privacy kind of retreated into the background and into a state we've got now where it's essentially gone. Having this access to this data makes huge...
Oh my god. Clan Kelly's completely taken over the market. It's actually really scary. When did they get this big?
You're looking for...
Are you interested in helping London?
I've heard of you.
Control our society and make us do things. So, not just
addictive technologies which are implemented by these tech giants. It's not only interested in knowing what we're going to do, but influencing the patterns of our movement. So technologies might suggest routes to use in the city, places to go, restaurants to go to, cafes to go to, music to listen to. And these suggestions are not just predicting what we might like to do, they're actually influencing the way citizens move, think, eat, meet, and use their city as a space. So London has become a place where a small group of surveillance capitalist companies like Bloom can control the movement of individuals and orchestrate...
Don't have the right tool for the job? You can exchange your gadget for a different one that's better suited to the situation.
outsourcing our decision making to a huge corporate capitalist company, and it's something very, very scary about that.
What the fuck is this?
Awaiting area primary.
What was I got you?
Street safe.
I got your back.
Investigation underway. Surrender yourself. Failure to comply will result in extreme penalties. Halt. Failure to comply will result in forceful intervention.
Right, you can erase all record of their debt, putting our new friend back into the black, and more importantly, out of Clan Kelly.
I should go in there.
While the drones observing your every move might make you feel like you're living in a city-shaped prison, what's bad news for society is good news for DedSec. You can hack those nosy little buggers and use them to scout ahead.
Share this. Oh.
Transfer complete.
Congratulations, you are officially dead.
I hear what you say.
Love it!
It's going to get it. Best not get involved with these wankers.
Disobedience will be met with force.
So, if you thought you had a private life, get used to it. You don't. And we're not going to reclaim our lives without a fight. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer, keeping the resistance informed. Keep listening, keep fighting, and remember, nobody owns you but you.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain.
Yum, yum.
Hello, Resistance fans. You're listening to the Bug Podcast, the objective voice of objection for this most objectionable world. I am Andy, not my real name, so good luck finding me, Monsieur Bloom. My real name is, in fact, Andrew, and I live in, note this down, a deluded pseudo-reality of my own making, which is, in fact, the most densely populated place on Earth these days, overcrowded, some would say. Joining me, as always, my next-door neighbour in these Netherlands of nonsense. It's Alice.
Yes, indeed, it is Alice. Alice, who the bleep is Alice? I am not going to tell you that, but you can just sort of sense it from the timbre of my voice.
Let's spin the wheel and find out where we're getting today's news from. Here, it's coming from here. I must have got a new wheel, at least one other place on it. And the headline today, Alice, our borders are safe. We can all sleep easy in our well-bordered beds. 4,000 illegals were deported last month. These illegal people breaking the law just by existing. And of course, illegality is contagious. It can osmose through your skin just by standing next to an illegal person. So we've got rid of 4,000 of them. My question for you is, why is 4,000? Is that really enough? I will not feel safe until at least another 75.
DedSec resurgence have prompted Parliament to approve.
Right. Welcome aboard, etc., etc. I'll give you the speech later.
So everyone out, no exceptions. Alex, not even you, which is a good old country. Everyone out, unless you can prove that your family own a background.
And on the Bayer Tapestry, cheering on King Harold at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Get out! Actually,
so much for the first law of robotics.
Show, unarguably, that your direct bloodline is untainted by anything since before the Romans. Actually, scratch that. Unless your direct ancestor was personally responsible for building Stonehenge, get out of my country. I guess when you look at it, you know, the best ways to stop immigration, apart from obviously the end of the world, to make the place you want to stop people coming to as unpleasant as possible. So,
well, we absolutely are doing that, Andy.
Well, you know, fair play to the government for helping us with that. Another option: extend the White Cliffs of Dover. They've been resting on their laurels for too long. Very inefficient, it turns out, as a means of stopping immigration. We need to extend them by about another 11,000 miles, a full wrap around Great Britain, and they could do with being about 1.5 kilometres higher as well, with a special greasy coating to stop people clambering over the top or however they get in. Here's a quick joke for you, Alice, about immigration. Did you hear the one about the woman who went into the immigration processing centre and was ever seen again?
No, Andy, I didn't hear that one.
Boom. Set up, punchline. Classic. For those of you unfamiliar with it, the immigration processing centre is, of course, where so many of our guests to Britain go for a longer than desirable game of involuntary hide and seek. You are listening to The Bug.
I'm here.
I'll highlight the server with the AR.
denying that I withdraw from the case. I will not represent anybody who has not been asked. Getting under my skin, Vicky. Nonsense. I'd be disbarred, and more importantly, it's just wrong. Unethical.
On a 1033. Advise conditions.
Something set off the alarm. Searching now. Any sign of the target? Sending location on the 1033. Advise conditions. Are you here somewhere?
It's clear. Moving on. No one here.
Fuck's sake! Alarm must be busted. Terminating search.
Is that how it's done then?
Proceed to alarm location.
Nothing here. Behind that figure's a false alarm. units. All units proceed to alarm location. Acknowledge, over.
Area clear. Gonna keep searching. Might as well give it up, mate.
Not seeing anything here. Moving elsewhere. Surrender. Shit for brains.
Oh, come on.
Target was observed making their entry.
I would punch my mother in the face for that.
You want some?
These Albion pricks think they're above the law, don't they? Face scans. What is this? George Orwell? Hang on.
Working a recruitment angle, are we?
Anything for the resistance.
Then let's put that to the test. You've been activated.